Hello students, welcome to all in the physics lecture. Myself Prayogya ma'am from physics department. We are studying lesson number 11, electric current through conductors. In last session we had seen cells in series and parallel combination. Now in this session we are going to study types of cells and the example based on this, that is series and parallel combination. So first example is a network of resistors is connected to 14 volt battery with internal resistance 1 ohm as shown in the circuit. Okay, a network of resistors is connected to 14 volt battery, that is EMF of the battery is 14 volt with internal resistance 1 ohm. Then calculate equivalent resistance, current in each resistor and voltage drop across AB, BC and CD. Okay. So first of all we have to find equivalent resistance across these three networks. Okay. Now the first network, for first network these two resistors are connected in parallel combination. Okay. And also for third network the resistors are also connected in parallel combination. Okay. So the resistance across AB, that is RAB, is equal to, now these two resistors are connected in parallel combination and we know that the formula for parallel combination, that is RP, is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. Okay, so the formula for parallel combination, that is Rp is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. So for this network, that is resistance across AB, is equal to R1 R2, that is 4 into 4 upon R1 plus R2, that is 4 plus 4. So we get 16 by 8, that is RAB is nothing but the 2 ohm. Okay, so resistance across AB is equal to 2 ohm. Now resistance across CD, that is, so R resistance across CD, that is RCD, is equal to, now resistance across CD, that is R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. Okay, so 6 into 6 upon 6 plus 6. Okay, 6 into 6 upon 6 plus 6, so we get 36 divided by 12, that is 3 ohm. So resistance across CD is equal to 3 ohm and the resistance across BC is already given, that is resistance across BC is equal to 1 ohm. So RBC, that is resistance across BC, is 1 ohm. Now we have to find the resistance across AB, BC and CD, that is nothing but the R equivalent. So equivalent resistance is nothing but the resistance across AB plus resistance across BC plus resistance across CD. So resistance across AB is equal to 2 ohm. Okay, resistance across AB is 2 ohm. So here 2 ohm plus resistance across BC is 1 ohm plus resistance across CD is 3 ohm. So we get total 6 ohm. Okay, so R equivalent, that is equivalent resistance for these three networks, it is nothing but the 6 ohm. So R equivalent, it is equal to 6 ohm. Okay, now second point is the current in each resistor. Okay, current in each resistor, current in each resistor. Now I is a current flowing through the circuit. Okay, I is a current flowing through this circuit, but here for first network this current I is divided into two parts, that is I1 and I2. Now again for this third network current I is divided into two parts, that is I3 and I4. And we know that the formula that is I is equal to EMF of the cell upon external resistance, that is capital R upon small r. Now EMF of the cell, that is battery, it is nothing but the 14 volt. So E is equal to 14 volt divided by capital R. So equivalent resistance of the circuit, it is nothing but the 6 ohm plus internal resistance of this battery is 1 ohm. So small r is 1 ohm. So current I is equal to 14 upon 7, that is nothing but the I is equal to 2 ampere. So total current flowing in the circuit is equal to 2 ampere. This is the value of total current, that is I is equal to 2 ampere. But we have to find current in each resistor. That is, we have to find the value of I1, I2 and I3 and I4. Okay. Now we know that V is equal to IR, that is voltage is equal to current into resistance. So these two resistors are connected in parallel combination between 2 points. So we get I1R is equal to I2R, and for this network I3R is equal to I4R. So for first network we get I1R is equal to I2R. Okay. Now we have to find the value of I1 and I2, but the resistance is 4 ohm and here also 4 ohm. So we get I1 into 4 is equal to I2 into 4. Okay. Now this 4 will get cancelled and we get I1 is equal to I2. Okay. So we know that total current I is equal to I1 plus I2, but I1 is equal to I2, so we get I1 plus I1. Okay, from equation 1 we get I1 plus I1, that is I1 is equal to I2, so we can write I1 plus I1. Okay, from equation 1. So we get total current I is equal to 2 I1, that is we can write I1 is equal to total current I upon 2. So I1 is equal to, we know that the value of total current I, it is nothing but the 2 ampere. So I1 is equal to 2 divided by 2 and it is equal to 1 ampere. So total current I1 is equal to 1 ampere, that is, and I2 it is also equal to 1 ampere because I1 and I2 are equal. So I1 equal to I2 equal to 1 ampere. Now similarly for third network, I3R is equal to I4R. Okay, that is I3 into, now resistance is 6 ohm and here also 6 ohm, so we get I3 into 6 is equal to I4 into 6. Okay, now this 6 get cancelled and we get I3 is equal to I4. Okay, this is equation number 2, and we know that total current I is equal to I3 plus I4. Okay, so we can write I is equal to I3 plus I3 from equation 2. Okay, from equation 2. So we can write I is equal to 2 I3, and from this equation we can write I3 is equal to I divided by 2. So we get I3 is equal to, total current is 2 ampere divided by 2. So value of I3 is equal to 1 ampere, and also I4 is also 1 ampere because I3 equal to I4. So we get I3 I4 is equal to 1 ampere. So the current in each resistor is 1 ampere. Total current in the circuit is 2 ampere, but current flowing through each resistor is 1 ampere. Okay, now the third point is voltage drop across AB, BC and CD. So voltage drop, third point is voltage drops across AB, BC and CD. Okay. Now we have to find the voltage drop across AB, BC and CD. We know that the formula V is equal to I into R. So for first network, V is equal to IR. So here current is 1 ampere. Okay, I1 is equal to I2, that is 1 ampere. So 1 into 4, that is it is equal to 4 volt. Okay, now for second, this VBC, current is 2 ampere. Okay, now total current is flowing, so 2 into 1 ohm, I into R, that is nothing but the 2 volt. And for third network, current into resistance, current is 1 and resistance is 6, so we get 6 volt. Okay, so voltage across AB, that is VAB, is equal to I into R, that is nothing but the current is 1 ampere and resistance is 4 ohm, so we get 4 volt. So VAB is equal to 4 volt. Then VBC, so I into R, current flowing through the BC, that is 2 ampere into resistance is 1 ohm, so we get 2 volt. Now the voltage across CD is equal to current flowing through these two terminals, that is 1 ampere into resistance is 6 ohm, so we get 6 volt. Okay, so voltage across CD is 6 volt. So total voltage across these three resistors, it is nothing but the, that is VAB plus VBC plus VCD, that is equal to VAB is equal to 4 volt plus VBC is equal to 2 volt plus VCD is equal to 6 volt, that is total voltage across the circuit, it is nothing but the 12 volt. Okay, so the total voltage across A to D is nothing but the 12 volt, but EMF of the battery is 14 volt, that means the loss of the voltage is 2 volt. Okay, whenever we consider the internal resistance of the battery, then terminal potential difference V is equal to E, that is EMF minus I into R. Now EMF is 14 volt minus current, total current is 2 ampere and internal resistance of the battery is 1 ohm. So we get 14 minus 2, that is nothing but the V is equal to 12 volt. Okay, so whenever we consider internal resistance of the cell, then terminal potential difference V is equal to E minus IR. Okay, that is our answer is correct. Now we will study types of cells. So first of all, what do you mean by cell? So cell is a source of energy which turns chemical energy into electrical energy. So this is a cell which is a source of energy which turns chemical energy into electrical energy. Now this is the positive terminal of the cell and this is the negative terminal of the cell. Okay. Now next is battery. Battery means a collection of cells. Okay, so battery is made up of one or more cells. Now next is types of cells. So cells are classified into three categories: primary cells, secondary cells and fuel cells. So first type is primary cells. A primary cell cannot be charged again, so it cannot be reused. Okay, primary cell cannot be charged again and again, therefore these cells cannot be reused. Therefore primary cells can be used only once. As these cells cannot be charged again and again, therefore primary cells can be used only once. And these cells are low cost and can be used easily. Okay, these primary cells are low cost and can be used easily. And primary cells are not suitable for heavy loads. These cells are not suitable for heavy loads like the vehicles, especially for four-wheelers. Okay, and example of the primary cells: dry cell and alkaline cells. For example, the cells in TV remote, then wall clock, So these are the example of primary cells. Now second type is secondary cells. So secondary cells are rechargeable and can be reused. Okay, the secondary cells are recharged again and again, and therefore these cells can be reused. Therefore these cells can be used more than once. As these cells are rechargeable, therefore it can be used more than once. In secondary cells, reversible reaction occurs. As secondary cells are rechargeable, therefore there is a charging and discharging of the cell. Therefore in secondary cells reversible reaction occurs, and these cells are used for heavy loads. As I have told that the secondary cells are used for heavy loads like vehicles, for especially four-wheelers. Okay, and example of secondary cells: solar cells, lead acid battery, fuel cell. Now in solar cell, the solar energy is converted into electrical energy. Okay, and the lead acid battery are used in vehicles. Okay, now next type is fuel cells. So hydrogen is used as a fuel in fuel cells. Hydrogen gas is used as a fuel in fuel cells, and these cells are used in fuel cell vehicles. Okay, these cells, that is fuel cells, are used in fuel cell vehicles, that is FCV. And these FCV are electric vehicle that can use fuel cells instead of lead acid batteries to power the vehicles. Okay, these fuel cell vehicles are electric vehicle that can use fuel cells instead of lead acid batteries. Now in previous days the lead acid batteries are used in vehicles, but nowadays these fuel cells are used in vehicles to power the vehicle. Okay, and these fuel cells are used in electric vehicles because these vehicles are environment friendly. Okay, and these FCV, that is fuel cell vehicles, do not create any pollution. So these vehicles are environment friendly, and therefore these fuel cells are used in electric vehicles. Okay, so these are the types of cells. Now the comparison between primary and secondary cells. So in primary cells, these cells cannot be recharged and reused, while in secondary cells these cells can be recharged and reused. As these cells cannot be recharged, therefore irreversible reaction occur, whereas in secondary cells the cells can be recharged, therefore reversible reaction occur, that is charging and discharging of the cell. Now third point, in primary cells it can be used only once, whereas in secondary cells it can be used more than once. Okay, and in primary cells it is not suitable for heavy loads because these cells cannot be reused. So this is not suitable for heavy loads, while in secondary cells it can be used for heavy loads. Example of primary cells: dry cells, alkaline cells, that is the cells which are used in our home, that is the cells in remote, that is TV remote or wall clock. Okay, and example of secondary cells: solar cell, lead acid battery. Okay, the lead acid battery which we have used in the vehicles. Okay.